So these are our 5R's. This is what they look like. So the first one, we get removing the problem. Now there are 5R's. There's another set of 5R's that they use for gut, and it is removing and rebuilding. But like you said, they go right to rebuilding the microbiome. But if you have a problem in there that's creating inflammation, which leads to dysfunction of your microbiome, then by not removing it, again, you're going back to the Western practice of ideology, which is treat the symptom. The microbiome is imbalanced. Let's fix that. Well, why did it become imbalanced in the first place? Well, it became imbalanced because there was inflammation. There was an infection. There was this, was that. And until we really understand that these problems exist for a reason, we're going to do the exact same thing your doctors did, which is chasing your symptoms with supplements or herbs or probiotics or something else. If your microbiome is imbalanced, it didn't happen on its own. And this is where we get into the nitty gritty of reversing these diseases. And again, 95% that we see right now in our program of people reversing Crohn's and colitis, the worst of the worst, let alone IBS, which can be a chip shot sometimes, but reversing the worst of the worst, 95% within 16 weeks. Like, I've never felt this good. And it can be done. It's just, it will take years after that. Our job is to get it reversed, remove the problem, and equip you with the tools to heal yourself. Otherwise, you're dependent on us for years and it gets very expensive. But to get you better, to reverse it and say, okay, great, here's how you rebuild your biome and your tissues on your own for the next 2 to 3 years. Do these and we'll see you later. Godspeed. Some people, they're out in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, like, I'm perfect. I'm off my meds and I feel amazing. Everyone's different, but it can be done. And that's what I want people to take away.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite good for me to hear that someone's kind of on the same thought path as me, because I did find it very strange. And I don't know if you've heard this it's probably been the last 4 or 5 years where people have said, no, you don't go after parasites or fungus, just rebuild the microbiome and that will deal with that on its own. And if that doesn't work, then maybe try and remove it. And I just think, well, I've been doing it for years. It's been working. Why would I change that? So it's good. It's good to hear that someone else is on the same thought path as me.
It's a little silly to think of it otherwise. I mean, even the doctors who say, well, parasites, I hear it all the time, and from GI doctors, they say, well, parasites don't exist. That's a third world problem. Then why do you deworm your cats and dogs every year? If parasites aren't a problem over here, right? They do exist. They do live here. They're transferable, especially in the world today where we import foods and all kinds of stuff. They're everywhere. Like right now, a good 50+% of our clients right now, at the time of this recording, as I'm talking to you, are passing parasites every day. We got a woman, she's passed them every day for over a week now. We're talking, I got a picture on here I can show you, Lee, on another time so you don't gross out your audience. 15-year-old boy, his mom pulled out a 38-inch worm from his stool.
Wow.
38 inches. So to tell me they don't exist is crazy. Yeah. We can see them clearly. And so there's all kinds of mucoid plaques and dark stuff and junk and parasites. And the thing is, we live in harmony in our guts with parasites and fungi. But when they become out of balance, this is when it's problematic. So again, back to the root. Why did this imbalance happen in the first place? You can fix the microbiome, but you're chasing your tail. It's like trying to put water on a fire while someone else is pouring gasoline on it at the exact same time. It's going to keep burning. It might be less, but it's going to keep burning. You're going, why can't I put the fire out? Because you didn't remove the problem. And that's what we always have to go back to. Now, the question is, can you remove the problem without getting sick? Are your drainage pathways open? Are your bile ducts open? Is your bile clean? Are you cleaning it? Is your liver able to do its job? So there's a lot of layers. It's very complex, but we're doing it. We're making it happen. We're giving people the tools they need to just get better.